So I wanted to get on here and talk about what's been going on since I filed um, my lawsuit December the 11th. And in short, nothing has been going on. They, in the complaint, we had requested that the court, the Southern District of Indiana, make Hamilton County Sheriff's Department, Indiana, turn over the officers' names and badge numbers so I can amend my complaint. And they still have, the court has not issued them an order at all, and they have also not turned over the names and badge numbers of the officers that arrested me in 2017, 2020, and 2021. But what I will tell you, I was arrested again January 31st in the Title 4D court. I did 7 days in jail. And essentially, what transpired was I had told the court that I had transferred the case under 28 USC 1441, where any civil case can be transferred uh, um, from the state court to the district court. And also the new case ruling that just came out with as a FCC versus Michelle Cochran, where the Supreme Court said that an individual has the right to an Article 3 hearing before they are subjected to the abuses or of an administrative hearing. So what transpired was I had told them I transferred it, and of course the attorney for DCS stated to me that he and Michael Cassetti of Hamilton County Superior Court 1 struck that from the record, which I don't see how they can do that when I was already issued a federal case number on that transfer. So I got up, proceeded to leave, and he yelled at me. I yelled back at him. He had the deputies come after me, and I told the sheriff deputies, "I hope you have a warrant, and what is your probable cause before you detain and arrest me." So they went back and forth, and finally the deputy named Deputy Eroso of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department asked the attorney for DCS did they want him to detain me. And of course, the attorney, Christopher Barrow, said yes, um, but tried to tell me if I cooperated with the court that I would not be arrested, and basically told me to be quiet and I need to sit down, which is a violation of my First Amendment right, and make me cooperate, which would be a violation of my Fifth Amendment right. So I told him, I'm not apologizing to this court for anything. So do what you're going to do. And they gave me 7 days for, now get this, indirect contempt, which is a Title 4D policy, okay, which you cannot do. Title 4D has no lawful authority to have anyone arrested at all. They are a single and separate agency from the state of Indiana. People might think and believe because they use that word Indiana Children's Bureau that they're part of Indiana. They're not part of Indiana. They are a separate and single agency. So I did my 7 days, got out of jail. But when I got out of jail, they tried to give it a new case number. Now, if you remember in my previous video, I had showed you guys where I had an income withholding order that was terminated with the arrears by Amy Marge Kreider. They tried to put the new case number on that child support number, thus reinstating the alleged debt. So um, I go back to court March 13th. I did file the amended complaint, which I added in there, all of them now. Barrow Legal Group, Christopher Barrows, Cook Family Law, Kenneth Scott Cook, Michael Cassetti, the judge, of course, the same individuals, the deputies that arrested me, Lisa Lancaster, who was a caseworker for Johnson County Prosecutor's Office, who sent the second IWO order to my job on her own, just sent it on her own. No authority. I didn't see a judge. I didn't see an ALJ. I didn't see nothing. She just sent an order on her own to my job when I was working in the Canton, Michigan. Also, they suspended my license, and this is nothing more than retaliation and retribution. And First Amendment retaliation is what this is. I hope the higher court is seeing this, and anybody out there who can assist and help with the abuse that I'm enduring right now, I welcome your help. The DMV was sent by me. His name is Joe Hogue. He's the commissioner. Multiple filings indicating to him cases of the Supreme Court that said you are not allowed to suspend anyone's license at all unless they've given all the proper requirements due process. We know they haven't. They turned down my Administrative Procedures Act request hearing that is mandated. They turned down my Turner hearing, which is also called Turner versus Rogers, which is also mandatory. They turned that down. They've stricken documents from the record that they cannot do, particularly the two important ones was the bill of particulars and the nature and cause of the accusations. Michael Cassetti struck those from the records. But I wanted to show you what I sent to him, Joe Hogue, and the Attorney General and the Governor. And I'm also show you the Supreme Court cases that involve this also that they have willfully ignored. I sent them out a second notice today, letting them know that this injustice is not corrected within 24 hours after they receive this notice. I will be suing them based on those successful case laws with the Supreme Court. Um, I got more documents to file in court, by next week that I'll get those done and continue to go through this process. My son's 19, he turned 19 last week, which I'd already had an order that terminated the child support anyway. So him turning 19 is neither here nor there. This is just pure malicious prosecution. And again, you know, I'm hoping the higher court is seeing this because I'm going to use these videos as evidence of what is going on. Because this abuse and malicious prosecution absolutely has to stop. You put out an IWO termination and arrears, but yet you still prosecuted me and still arrested me, but yet you said there was no child support or arrears owed by the deputy prosecutor, Amy Kreider, who was formerly Amy Mars, that's been on this case for 17 years. So if she put forth that order, how would she not know what's going on? And she's been on this case longer than anybody. But regarding my filing on December 11th, again, I've not heard anything from them. They never sent a notice saying amend your complaint, which tells me again they're trying to do something dirty behind my back to get rid of my case because they know I have a strong case against them. The sheriff's department in Hamilton County, Indiana, and the higher court is working with them. So again, I'm gonna attempt to give them the benefit of the doubt to see what happens before we make our next move. But I'm gonna still keep everybody updated on what's going on. Like I said, step by step, and keep up the fight, people. Do not ignore the rights you have, your inalienable rights that you have. They cannot take them from you with these statutes and codes. They cannot do it. You are a sovereign individual Again, you're not operating under their statutes and codes. Statutes and codes are not laws. These people are foreign to us. They operate out of the District of Columbia, which is 10 square blocks. So again, keep the fight up. Keep everybody updated on what's going on, and hopefully the higher court does the right thing, uh, and intervenes on this corruption and injustice. Thanks.